Reincarnation and the Return to Earth Life by Annie Besant, read by Dave Marsland of Cardiff Theosophical Society. Reincarnation and the Return to Earth Life. At length, the causes that carried the ego into David Charn are exhausted. The experiences gathered have been wholly assimilated, and the soul begins to feel again the thirst for sentient material life that can be gratified only on the physical plane. The greater the degree of spirituality reached, the purer and loftier the preceding earth life, the longer the stay in David Charn, the world of spiritual, pure and lofty effects. I am here ignoring the special conditions surrounding one who is forcing his own evolution and has entered on the path that leads to adeptship within a very limited number of lives. The average time in David Charn is from 10 to 15 centuries, H.P. Blavatsky tells us, and the 15 centuries cycle is one of the most plainly marked in history. But in modern life, this period has much shortened, in consequence of the greater attraction exercised by physical objects over the heart of man. Further, it must be remembered that the average time is not the time spent in David Charn by any person. If one person spends there 1,000 years and another 50, the average is 525. The David Charnic period is longer or shorter according to the type of life which preceded it. The more there was of spiritual, intellectual and emotional activity of a lofty kind, the longer will be the gathering in of the harvest. The more there was of activity directed to selfish gain on earth, the shorter will be the David Charnic period. When the experiences are assimilated, be the time long or short, the ego is ready to return, and he brings back with him his now increased experience and any further gains he may have made in David Charn along the lines of abstract thought. For, while in David Charn, in one sense we can acquire more knowledge, that is, we can develop further any faculty which we loved and strove after during life, provided it is concerned with abstract and ideal things such as music, painting, poetry, etc. But the ego meets, as he crosses the threshold of David Charn on his way outwards, dying out of David Charn to be reborn on earth, he meets in the atmosphere of the terrestrial plane the seeds of evil sown in his preceding life on earth. The ego has to take up the burden of his past, and these germs or seeds, coming over as the harvest of the past life, are the skandhas, to borrow a convenient word from our Buddhist brethren. They consist of material qualities, sensations, abstract ideas, tendencies of mind, mental powers, and while the pure aroma of these attached itself to the ego and passed with it into David Charn, all that was gross, base and evil remained in a state of suspended animation spoken of above. These are taken up by the ego as he passes outwards towards terrestrial life and are built into the new man of flesh which the true man is to inhabit. And so the rounds of births and deaths goes on, the turning of the wheel of life, the treading of the cycle of necessity, until the work is done and the building of the perfect man is completed.